Hello, everybody. Hi again. Happy Thursday. This is day 3 of us live streaming.
I know.
I feel very excited because we're crafting today.
Yes.
And we haven't crafted the last 2 days, so I love a live stream craft. And we've got like a ton of new members, which is amazing.
So many.
And we wanted to kind of show you all what it's going to look like to become a member and then actually use that membership, like what it's going to look like. As soon as you get your membership, this is what you can do. You can make something today and like have a finished, beautiful product. And glitter ornaments, that is like our number one. If we had to pick one craft, like that's what everybody loves.
Yeah, I mean, and especially, I know that it seems very early to be getting prepared for Christmas, but if you are wanting to have a handmade holiday, really, it's never too early to get started.
I agree. And because it's busy in the holidays.
It's so busy.
Yeah, so it's easier to start early. And, you know, this tutorial is going to live here on the channel, so you all will have access to it later on. This isn't like exclusive content or anything like that. And we've got other videos on it as well. But we thought, you know, if we do it live stream, you all be able to ask us questions about the membership as well as the craft and all of that. So we're going to show you like our favorite techniques, the type of tools we like to use for this, the vinyl, the everything from design process all the way through to a finished product.
Oh, absolutely. So we're going to be able to get in there. I know there is, did we do a supply list for this today?
No, but I can make one and put it in there for you all.
Well, the reason that I personally didn't make one, and I think you probably can concur, is because we don't know yet what we're creating. Like, we don't know.
Right. We haven't picked our vinyl color. We haven't picked our glitter color.
So we can go back after, and you can get the supplies after. We'll go back in and edit this, and the supplies all will be in the descriptions. But a lot of this stuff you all can find on Amazon.
Oh, yes. Now, listen, I forgot to purchase those True Control knives yesterday, and I went on Amazon. They're still on sale. So you may be able to catch some of this stuff on sale. And I actually linked some glass ornaments in our storefront. Now, they may not be on a Prime deal, but they might be on a sale.
Right.
So, anyways, we always have leftovers. We've got ornaments sitting around the studio all year round because we do these types of tutorials a lot. So, yeah, we're super excited. Y'all, we have almost reached our selling out point on our memberships.
Like, if you are here and you've been on the fence, I think the last time I checked, we have like maybe 35 spots left.
Holy moly.
That's it.
Right. And so that's like, I think there was like 13 days left on the sale on our countdown on our join page. I saw there was 13 days left, but y'all, we're not going to make it.
No.
Which is great for us, but for you all, if you've been on the fence, like the clock's a ticking.
It is.
So if you weren't here on Tuesday or Wednesday, go back and watch those. Lots of good information.
Yes.
But if it's your first day here, we have been running a promo all week. This is like a huge Christmas and July sale. And what we're doing is basically discounting our yearly membership. So
the lowest price the biggest discount we've ever given.
Yes.
For sure.
So it's going to be $75 off of our yearly membership, which is huge. It brings it down to like $16 a month versus almost like it's $27 a month normally and some change. So huge discount, and it's very limited. We started with 150 spots, and now we only have like, what'd you say, less than 30?
I think we're close to maybe like 35-ish left.
Right,
possibly.
and it's like constantly going because people are purchasing, like that watched yesterday, they're still purchasing today. So once those spots run out, there's no more left, unfortunately. So we really want you all, if you have been on the fence, like, come on over. We're ready. We want to see you all over here in the membership. We can talk to you behind the scenes a little bit more. We can get to know you better, and you can do more crafting and get more knowledge from us once you become a member.
Yes.
So very exciting.
And we did have a friend say, Holly said it's going fast. I was thinking about the sublimation course, but I need a printer, but it's so pricey, it makes me sad. I understand, like sublimation, if you are wanting to get into sublimation, it's a little bit of a investment on the front end.
It is.
But really and truly on the back end, you are saving a lot more because you're not having to stockpile like
vinyl
30 different colors of vinyl. You can, I mean, it really is. And if you sorry, I'm tripping up on my words today for some reason. Purchasing the sublimation course right now before you purchase your printer really will help you in the long run, because you know exactly what printer you want. We help walk you through like the perks of this printer versus that printer, so many different things. And you can purchase that sublimation course in 2 payments. So you can make one payment today, and then 30 days later, it'll come out. And so you'll pay half today, half in 30 days.
Yes. So that sublimation course is $70 off, and you don't need a code at all. That is separate from the membership. So membership, we recommend if you're like brand new to crafting and you're really
die cutting
to Cricut. Yeah, we recommend it that way. But if you've like been using your Cricut, or you're already a member and you're like really trying to kind of dive into something a little bit more new and a little bit more exciting, not that Cricketing isn't exciting, but sublimation is just, it's like a separate world, honestly. Yeah. It's like its own thing. We have a course on that stays up to date. We're about to put in, like 300 more files on top of the 200 we already have.
And it is about to go, the price is about to increase. So if you are on the fence about sublimation, getting that course right now for $127 with that $70 off, you get all of the updates even after the price increase.
Yes.
So jumping in on that sublimation course now, this is the lowest price it will ever be. Like I said, it's just going to have to be raised, because we're going to be offering more for it. You're going to have 500 plus sublimation ready files that are exclusive to that course. Plus you get lifetime access to all of the updates we put into that course.
And we actually have an update today. They started the Facebook group.
Oh yeah, they did.
So you talked about it yesterday, and it's in motion. Like the Maker's Gonna Sublimate is gonna have its own Facebook group. We did take a poll yesterday, and it was like, I don't know, like 85-15 almost. So that 85% of y'all were like, yes, let's do it. A lot of people don't like it to have a bunch of Facebook groups, but it's going to be really helpful and beneficial to people who do sublimate, because they can just go directly to that group and ask sublimation specific questions. And so I think it's going to be really helpful. Yeah. I mean, I'm all for it, but I just like to have everything in little compartments. It just makes my life easier. So
yeah.
Does anybody have questions about the membership or the course, like before we start the craft, that we can answer? And then we can answer questions as we're going too. I don't want to act like we can't do that.
We will be in the comments answering questions. But if you have any questions, now is a great time to ask them. So yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, I don't see any popping up right away. Oh, here we go. Heather has one. Is there any reason why I couldn't do a regular print with sublimation ink? So, for instance, if my husband wanted a picture, he could...
Okay, so the biggest thing with sublimation ink, you can't print regular stuff with sublimation ink, because the colors are going to be off when you print it. Like, the colors get a lot more vibrant with the heat and then adhering to the polymers. So the colors are technically not the same as if you were to print them with a regular inkjet printer.
You can honestly consider them uncured. They're just not meant to be printed just as an image. They need to be heated up and transferred. So you're going to want to have 2 separate printers, one for printing pictures or whatever, like your basic inkjet printer, plus your sublimation printer. They're going to be 2 separate entities. Let's see. Oh, Lauren's fixing her mic. Sorry. Okay. Did you all catch all of what she was saying? She's talking about how the colors were going to be different, and I think they heard you, but it was just very quiet. Hi, Susan from Minnesota. I have a bestie from Minnesota.
Is it better now?
Can you hear us?
It is on.
Oh.
No.
Can you hear her now?
Well, I did turn it off and turn it back on.
Here, let me pull my mic's in the weirdest spot today. 3 and 8, 3 and 8. Testing, testing, testing.
3 and 9.
Oh no. Okay. Well, do you want to piddle with that and I can start the craft? Would that be helpful? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and jump over here and start crafting, and Lauren's gonna fix her mic, and then we will answer some more questions. I'm putting my mic in my pocket. Sadie hooked me up earlier and put it in the back of my I have a leotard, I guess you could call it, on right now. So I had to have Sadie put it on for me. But okay. So I've got all of our ornament supplies here. There's lots of different things going on here. And the reason I have so much is because I wanted to kind of show you all a couple things that we don't like and a couple things that we do like. So if we can go overhead, this is what we're going to be making. So this one doesn't have any vinyl on it. We are going to be applying some vinyl to it, but this is just a pink glitter ornament. This is glass. So that is going to be my first little tip for you all. Glass is going to be your best bet whenever you're making these glitter ornaments. And I could not find, Lauren made one with polyacrylic and plastic ornaments. This is a plastic ornament. You can hear the difference. This is plastic.
I think I threw it away.
It's very possible. And then I thought I could make one really quick, but I may be able to just show you all kind of what happens. Basically, we're going to be filling this with a polyacrylic and then putting glitter in it. But when you use plastic ornaments, the glitter tends to separate and slide, and it doesn't look solid like this one does. So you can see this one is very evenly coated. There's no breakage. Like if you see the polyacrylic and the glitter, it breaks up really bad and it like chunks the glitter together. It's not cute. So make sure you all are purchasing glass ornaments. Plastic is just a no-go if you're using the polyacrylic. So first thing you're going to need, glass ornaments. These are the ones that we use. These are from Hobby Lobby, and usually they're like 40% off. So $7.99 for 4 of them, and if 40% off, like you're getting a pretty good deal. So these are the flat ones. Now I brought some round ones in here, basically to show you all. You can do the glitter ornaments on these glass round ones, but the vinyl application process is a lot harder with the sphere shaped glass ornaments rather than these pillow shaped ornaments. So you can definitely do glitter. Like if you just wanted to put glitter on these, you can even put vinyl on them, but you all can see this is such a round surface. It's going to be a lot harder for you to actually apply vinyl to the surface of this one versus these guys that are flat. You can see they're skinnier, and this is like a flat surface. It's semi-domed, but it's going to be a lot easier for us to put the vinyl on. So we like the pillowed glass ornaments. Those are our favorite ones for making these polyacrylic glitter ones. And I'm just taking stuff off the table we're not using, so it's like out of the way. Did you get your mic fixed?
No.
Oh no. What are we going to do?
I don't know.
Okay. If Lauren has something to say, she's going to come over here. Should we just come over and talk together?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I can just say,
Stay in the comments for us?
Comments, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what's going on with the mics. We probably need to order new ones soon, if I had to guess. Oh, we have new ones coming. So there you go. Okay, so we'll be answering questions. Lauren and Sadie are both in the comments. So if you all have any questions there, make sure to let them know, and I'll be checking up there as well. So we've got our ornament situation. I'll give you guys tips as we go through on things that we prefer, just because I don't want to overwhelm you right on the get about what you're going to need. So we're going to be starting off with our base. So this is just our glass pillow top ornaments. I'm obviously going to be putting some vinyl on here. So what we're going to need to do is measure this and then go into Design Space and go ahead and lay out what we're going to want to do with our vinyl. So let me find a measuring tape. Of course, I didn't bring one in here. Oh wait, I found one. I found our little mini one. Okay, so before we do anything, I'm going to measure our little ornament guy here. Okay, and there's probably measurements on the box, honestly, y'all. This is 4 inches across. I'm going to assume it's 4 inches top to bottom. Okay, let's go to the share screen. This is where the membership is going to start to come in handy. So if you get into the membership, we have the 30 days to master your Cricut. That's going to help you get your Cricut opened, get yourself comfortable, acclimated with the Cricut, as well as Design Space. So that's going to be really beneficial if you were brand new to Cricketing. Make sure you're taking that 30 days to master your Cricut. It's in your dashboard under courses, and it will be there so you can actually walk through the steps to get to this point. So once you've got Design Space open and you have your Cricut, what we're going to do, we're just going to start with a basic shape. So Cricut comes with all of these basic shapes right here. If you have access you'll get these shapes down here. But if you're a member, these shapes are included in the membership. So don't feel like you need to get Cricut Access, which is like the fancy version of Design Space. You can get basic Cricut Design Space plus our membership, and you're like good to go. So I've got this little circle right here, and I'm just gonna come up to the top middle, and we are going to adjust this to a 4x4 square. Now, since this is locked right here, if I put a 4 in the width and hit the tab key, it'll automatically adjust that 4 over there. If I had this unlocked, I could manually put in separate 2 different numbers. Does that make sense to everybody? And then I'm just gonna change this to what? So this is like my template. I don't want my design any bigger than this because I need it to fit onto our pillow top ornament. So I'm gonna zoom in, okay? Now this is the fun part for me. So this is basically where you're gonna get to pick out whatever image out of our library of over 15,000 images on makersgonnalearn.com. Let's go over to our website, okay? So.
Also, I think I'm back.
Is Lauren back?
I'm back.
Oh my gosh, I was a little worried. I was gonna be sad you weren't gonna be like living with me.
No, I'm here.
Okay, let's do it. Let's get into it then. So Lauren's back. If you guys have questions, don't be scared to ask. Okay, so we have our template. Now, I'm just on the home page of the website. You're gonna need to make sure that you're logged in. This little icon up here, this person icon, this is where you're gonna find your login and log out. We are already logged in. And so from here, if I was searching for a cut file, for instance, I could go to new cut files. This is gonna give you our most up-to-date cut files. I could come up here to cut files and select that. Or you could always go to your dashboard and then you can get to your cut files from there as well. So you've got a few different ways to get to where you need to go. And then you can see it's going to automatically take us to our newest cut files. So we've got tons of different options in here. Oh my gosh, look at that smiley cup wrap. I hadn't seen that.
Oh,
that would be so cute on like a Stanley or something. I love it. So since we're doing Christmas today, I am just going to search Christmas. We have a Christmas category?
Yes.
Okay.
Scroll to the top.
So drop down menu, you can just scroll right here and select Christmas. This is going to give you all of our Christmas files. And let's see how many pages there are, y'all. We go hard for Christmas around here. Okay. Let's scroll to the bottom. It says 4, but there's more than that. There's like thousands of Christmas cut files.
Yeah.
We really commit to Christmas. So you can see there's all of these. Now, if you had a certain thing in mind, like if you wanted to search reindeer or Santa or something like that, you totally can, or you're just welcome to browse through all of these images. So we're just going to kind of scroll and see if we see anything we want to put on our ornament. Now you have the option of doing like a text design. If you wanted to just type out your own text, if you wanted to personalize your ornament, you could put like a last name, you could do a monogram, something like that, or you can just, use these SVGs that are already designed for you, which I really love.
So when I'm thinking of that like bright pink, what's the first thing you think of if you were to make an ornament with that color?
For like Christmas related?
Can be.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking like a smiley face with a Santa hat.
That would be cute.
What are you thinking?
My first thought with that pink, when I saw that pink, was have a holly dolly Christmas.
Stop. Okay. Okay, can we do it with this pink? Like, can we do a holly dolly Christmas with this? Or should you go get the hot pink?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm obsessed. Let's do that. We might not have any dolly files, but so Lauren is saying have a holly dolly Christmas if you're from Tennessee or if you're from anywhere. Everybody knows who Dolly Parton is, right?
Yeah.
She's
queen.
She's the queen. She's the queen. Okay. So you can select an image. Let me just download one just to show you all how you can actually take an SVG image, which is a cuttable image, pull it into Design Space and use it on the template that we set up. And then I'll show you how to do the fonts. So let's just pick Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm feeling pressured. There's a baby Jesus. Let me go one more page. Just one more.
I don't think we will.
We don't want to go. Oh, no, we don't want him. Not today. That wouldn't be awful.
No, but not today.
Just something that would make sense on, should we just search Santa? Let's see. Okay. Holly, we are using your name. Okay, this is perfect. This little Santa, this is one of my favorite images that we have. Okay, I really just want this Merry Christmas. So you all can see there's like a Santa and a Merry Christmas. I'm going to show you all what I do if I just want a portion of an image. So I'm going to download that image by selecting this little download icon. It's going to pull into a zip folder. Now I can see my zip folder right here. If you do not see that, go to your downloads on, if you've got a Windows, we have a mini Mac, which is like a Windows Mac hybrid. But normally it'll pop into a zip folder on the bottom. Sometimes it'll be at the top right on certain computers. And I'm just going to double click that zip folder, and that's going to unzip my folder. If you're like, I'm lost, you can go back and rewatch this. So you can kind of pause, take a step, continue. So double click the zip folder, then we're going to double click the folder, the actual folder, and you can see our images are in here. Now, if you're new to Cricketing and you're like, there's two, which one do I pick? There's PNGs and SVGs. A lot of times you will see this whenever you download our images, and that is because the PNGs are our printable network graphics. They're print and cut images. They're basically images that you're going to use when you're using the print then cut feature on the Cricut. We are going to be cutting vinyl only, and so the SVGs are the cut images. So I just need this little SVG, okay? So I'm just going to keep my download pulled up right here, and we're just going to go back to Design Space, okay? This is our template that we made. And then we're going to come over to Upload right here on this left sidebar, and then Upload Image. And then what I like to do, you can move Design Space over and then click and drag, or you can always browse and then go into your downloads and they're going to be inside of there. So I'm just going to pull this over, click and drag. Took me a little while to get used to, but I really, really love clicking and dragging now. I just didn't want to do it in the beginning for whatever reason. And then I'm just going to select Upload. Okay, so this puts it into our uploads, but it doesn't put it onto our canvas yet. So I've got my image right here. I'm going to add it to canvas. And you can see it comes in exactly like it was on the display. It's gigantic though, so way, way too big. And it also has all of the other elements. So we were just wanting this Merry Christmas. So what you can do over here is a layers panel. This has all of the layers for this singular image. So you can see I can select just the Santa and I can hit delete on my keyboard and it's going to delete him off. And then we're left with the parts that we wanted. Now there are like the star up here. I don't want him. There are ways to get rid of that. You can go down here on the bottom right and hit contour. And then just select whatever you don't want to see. So I don't want that star up there in the corner. I just want.
I don't know that I wouldn't get rid of that one on the
top left.
Top left too.
I know. So you can go back and you can take off literally any of those. And we're gonna do a text image, but I just want to show you all how easy that was. I mean, literally, like if we put a timer on it, like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's me just kind of slowing it down. So that's what you can do if you wanted to do a cut image.
One thing that really I've discovered takes the longest time when it comes to designing something is looking through all the files.
Yes, like finding one that just makes your heart sing.
Right.
I agree with that 100%. So that's one way. Now, what I'm going to do, we can cut 2 different images. We'll keep this one here. If I wanted to do another one, I'm just going to duplicate my template by clicking this, and then you can hit this little duplicate button. So I'm going to have another one here. This is going to be our Holly Dolly Christmas template, okay? So what I'm going to do is go back to our website. I'm going to show you all how to download a font from our website now. So you can go to fonts from here. If you are on the main page, it's right beside our cut files. So you can see the new fonts right here, or you can go into your dashboard and it's also located in your dashboard. So lots of different routes to get there. And you'll probably end up picking one and just like marrying that. I usually use all those like top links on the top. Is that how you get to yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So
now, used to, when we first had our website, it would take you straight to the dashboard when you logged in. So I would do everything from the dashboard. But now it's like taking you to the home page instead of the dashboard.
Yes, which either way, and you kind of adjust. So, okay, I'm thinking in my brain. So I kind of like to think about what I want it to look like before I start going and searching for things. So for me, I'm going to use 2 different fonts for this, and I already have one in mind. We have a font called Giddy Up. I'm going to use that. Have a Holly. Dolly's going to be in a script, and then Christmas will be in Giddy Up.
Okay.
So we need to search a font. So you can search a font. If you already know a font, which if you're new, you're not familiar with the fonts yet, that is totally okay. You can go in here and search through all these fonts. We have different pages. We have categories for you all as well. So you can see I can just literally choose a page and like click through different fonts. Or if I wanted to select a certain font style, you can see there's a drop down menu here for that too. So if you're looking for a script or looking for a basic font, anything like that, you can just select one of these and it's going to take you to all of the fonts that are considered basic or considered whatever. So that's really nice. But we're wanting to do the Giddy Up font. I'm going to go ahead and type out what I'm wanting my image to say. So it's going to say, have a Holly, Dolly, Christmas. We're going to do Dolly in a script though. But
I already think I have an idea for a script.
What? Which one?
With the Giddy Up.
Okay.
I think the Nomad would be really cute.
Oh, yes. Listen, I already used that font today on another project. I just love it. It's one of my favorite fonts. Okay, so you can see, have a Holly and Christmas. That's what they're going to look like in Design Space. So I'm going to go ahead and download this font. Okay, just select the little download icon. It's going to go into a zip folder just exactly like an image would. And we're going to double click that folder to open it. If you don't see it down here in the bottom, just go to your downloads folder on your computer, wherever that is located. You can search for it on your computer and it should pop up. And then you can see here, it's a giddyyup.otf. That's the file we want. I'm going to double click it and then I'm going to install the font onto my computer. So it's on my computer, but it's not in Design Space. And so we can't stop here. I've downloaded it, but it's just on my computer. It has to be on Design Space, on our, like our cloud, I guess you could call it. So what you need to do before we reload Design Space is save our project. I'm just gonna save this as Holly Dolly. If your name is Holly, you're probably like, huh? Because we keep saying Holly. And I'm going to save it, okay? And then we're just gonna reload. And that's all you have to do to get your font into Design Space. When I first did this, I was like, are y'all sure? Like, are you sure? Because if you use more advanced like design software like Illustrator and stuff, you have to like import it and like there's a whole process. But that's it. And so now I'm going to create a text box. Let me zoom in. I'm just going to hit this T right here on the left panel. Okay, so automatically it's going to put it as Cricut Sans. What we need to do is come up here to our font drop-down menu. You can move this around wherever your heart desires so it's out of the way. And then I'm going to go to System Fonts. System Fonts are where all of our downloaded fonts are, and that's where Giddy Up is going to live. So you can search the font that you want and then select it there. How cute is that, y'all? That is the cutest font. I'm obsessed. Okay, and so now I can resize it using the bounding box, and we're just going to type out, have a holly jolly Christmas. I'm like singing it in my head. Okay, and I skipped Dolly because we're going to do her in a script, but you're going to need to resize everything. Christmas is so big, it's making the rest of our words small. But I'm kind of weird about like wanting all of my text to be the same size. Are you the same way?
Mm-mm.
So I'm gonna ungroup this to lines so that we can resize the Have a Holly bigger, because that's what you're thinking, right? Have a Holly should be bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was just gonna manipulate it to put them together and then maybe make it a little
stretch
bigger.
them.
Yeah.
Okay. So right now all this text is in the same text box, but what I want to do, Lauren was saying to move the Have a and Holly closer together, bump them up a little bit, and then make them bigger, and then we'll slide the dolly in. So what we're going to need to do first is go up here to this advanced option. You're going to have a drop down menu. We're going to ungroup to lines. So this is going to separate every line of text to its own bounding box. And you can see here, whenever I select the Have a, since it was on its own line, it's going to be separate from the other ones. So we've got both of those there.
Actually, now that you do that,
it doesn't look that bad.
It doesn't look bad because you have enough room to make
Put
dolly pretty big.
Okay. So we're not going to resize it, but if you wanted to adjust the sizing a little bit, I like to adjust them together. So like you can select Holly, hold the shift key down and select Have a, and you can resize them at the same time if you wanted to do that. But I'm just going to keep it as it is, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is, what font did we say?
Nomad.
Nomad. We probably already have it.
Yeah.
I'll go through the font downloading situation one more time for you all. So if there's a font that you want or a style that you want, you can go over to our fonts. I'm just going to select script, and we're going to be doing the word dolly, and I'm going to hit preview. And this way you can see right here in all these sample text, you can see the word dolly. This is the font that we were talking about using. So
if you're not feeling it though,
I don't know.
I can't really see it.
I don't know. Let's see. I mean, we can look. Let's see. Oh, that's kind of cute. That Uptown is kind of cute. Oh, Lemonade. Is it too thick?
I almost think it's too thick.
I do too, a little bit. I love this Affection font. I won't use it for this, but I love it. So whenever you're pairing fonts, and I'm like super weird about this, like if you're using a thick font, you don't want anything super thick for your contrasting font. There's like a happy medium.
That's a big, that Moonlight too would be cute.
Yeah, that would be cute.
The biggest thing when it comes to pairing fonts is not to pair a thick and a thick or a thin and a thin. Right. It needs to be opposites.
Or like you don't want to do a script and a script. Right. Or a basic and a basic.
Right.
If it is a basic and a basic, it needs to be like a thick basic with a thin basic.
Right. So. And I have noted, I did say a thin and a thin. I did say don't do a thin and a thin, but if you did a thin, very basic with a thin script, it could work.
Right. There are exceptions.
Really and truly, it's more about finding the ones that look really well together and contrasting so that one word or one phrase sticks out from the rest. It's the contrasting factor that is the biggest thing with font pairing.
Right. And not only that, but like we want dolly, like whenever you're thinking of your design, you want dolly, in my head, is the most important thing on the design because it's pink and it's dolly and it screams dolly. So I need my design to say, have a holly dolly Christmas. But if you put it in the same font, like if we use Giddy Up for the whole thing, it's just going to be like, oh, I didn't realize it had dolly on it. But then it just makes it more relevant whenever we change it to a really like bougie script font or like a really fancy script font. So I'm actually kind of feeling this Angelina because it looks like a signature.
Okay.
You know, like a movie star signature. I like Vegas too, but that tag on that tail.
It's going to throw off.
Yeah. So, okay, we're going to go with Angelina. I'm just going to select that little down arrow download icon. And then I am going to double click this zip folder. And you can see it pops it into a .otf. Once again, I'm going to double click this and we're going to install the font onto the computer. So it's not in Design Space yet, not technically. We'll go back to Design Space, okay? Save your work, save it first, and then it'll tell you project saved, we're going to hit view and reload, and then our font will automatically download into Design Space. Brenda, I don't think we have a full...
Yeah, you do.
We have a full one on the channel.
I thought so.
I know we do it a lot, and I feel like there's like a couple projects in my brain that we've done it. But I know we have in our Maker U freshman year, we have like a specific font pairing video. I don't know if we have one on the channel that's like literally says like font pairing.
Oh, I thought it was.
I don't know. I'm going to have to look now because I feel like we only have it in the Maker U course. But we do talk about this a lot. Like if you see a project on a thumbnail and there's 2 fonts, we probably talked about font pairing in the video.
Right.
Like I'm thinking of your Hey Pumpkin and your double-sided sign from fall last year.
Yes.
I remember. I feel like you probably talked about font pairing in that one.
Sin says there's also a blog post on the blog.
Oh, see, perfect. That might even be really helpful for you all to like get a good visual too. So, okay. So now I'm going to go to my system fonts and with, what was it called? Angelina?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think you're going to, it's not, it's a jagged edge font, ain't it?
Yes, but that's okay. We can talk about this. Let me type out Dolly just so we can show you all what it looks like. Okay. So Lauren just said it's a jagged font. Can you guys see what we're talking about here? Look at this font right here. All of these. This font is so cute. And I pick this font a lot because I always am like, oh, dang it, because there's these little cuts, which are not great when you're cutting vinyl. Like these teeny weeny cuts are not great for cutting vinyl. They are beautiful whenever you're doing print in the cut images or large scale images. We're doing something so small, like our circle's just 4 inches. So when it's doing cuts like that, it starts like jacking up the vinyl. And it's like it doesn't look good.
I love that font though.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna try something.
There is something you can do, but I don't want to confuse people.
Okay, well, you're right, because I was gonna do what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. So let's go ahead. Let's just go to our fonts that we already have. So we already have like lots of fonts downloaded on the computer. What I'm gonna do is just X off of that search font, and we can scroll through the ones that we've already got downloaded. You can see we have tons because we were constantly downloading new fonts. I'm gonna actually shrink this so you all can see what the heck's going on. And then you can just browse through Design Space and look at all of your script fonts.
No, that's a no.
That is not it. Oh, Addie Kate's one of my favorites, so I pick it a lot. Okay, let's see. I was thinking something like Annie Carroll in the beginning, but I think it's too thick. Baby Cakes is always a safe.
I liked the one before Addie Kate.
Let's see. Affirmations?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and we can do a couple different colors of vinyl.
Try it.
Or we can shrink it.
Maybe just a little bit bigger and do an offset.
And slice out the offset.
Yeah, just in like the tips of the words.
Okay, we can do that. So what we're gonna do, we're just
okay, this is maybe more, what we're fixing to do, maybe a little bit more of an advanced technique.
That's okay. I think it's like a step up advanced technique. It's nothing crazy. Okay, so what we're running into, as you all can see, the words are just kind of running into each other, but I want Dolly to be like really loud and big because that's Dolly, that's her personality.
Right.
And so what we're gonna do is create an offset on the word Dolly, and then we're gonna slice it out of the words around it. This is gonna create a small space around Dolly so that it's separated from the Have a Holly and Christmas. And when I do it, you all are gonna be able to see what I mean. So just follow me step by step. We're gonna adjust the sizing exactly to the size that you want it. So Dolly is exactly how we want it. I'm going to select Dolly. Okay, I've got it selected. Up here on the top middle, there's an offset function. I'm going to select that, and you're going to get a drop-down menu. Now, initially, you can see there's a blue line. It's a 1/4 inch line all the way around Dolly. That is way too much.
We wouldn't be able to read the words.
Right, like it's cutting. You can see that blue line is going to cut into all of everything that it's crossing over. So we're just going to try 0.1. I'm going to hit tab. That's still way too much. You can see it's going to be cutting into all of this. We just really want it to kind of hug. Let's try 0.05.
Yes.
I'm going to even do a 3. I feel better with that.
Okay.
Okay, so 0.03 offset, and then I'm going to hit apply. Okay. Over here in the layers panel, you can see there's the offset we created. Here's the original dolly. Here's the offset. Now, I need to slice the offset out of the Have a Holly and Christmas. But you can only do the slice with 2 layers of images. So right now we would have a Holly and Christmas and the offset to slice out of. So what I'm gonna do, y'all with me? I'm just gonna select Holly and Christmas. Holly, I'm gonna hold the shift key down, select Christmas, and I'm going to unite them. Okay, this is gonna make it one image. Okay. So this is one image. Holly and Christmas are one image. I'm going to hold the shift key down, select dolly, offset, dolly offset. So we've got the united image, the dolly offset, and then we're going to come down here and hit slice.
Now it looks crazy.
Yes.
But just hold up.
Look at the layers panel too. I want you all to see what's going on over here. So there's like these slice results. We don't need all of those, so what we're going to do is just remove them. Hold on. We can remove them right here. And then I need to remove this one as well. If you accidentally delete the wrong layer, you can come up here and undo it. You can Command Z or you can undo it. Okay, can y'all see how much better that looks right now? Like, okay.
Yeah.
So if you're like, what just happened? I want to encourage you all to go back and rewatch that. That's such a good little thing. And me and Lauren do this all the time in our design process.
Yes.
I do this constantly. I did it today. I literally did it for our masterclass. So this is all you're going to need to do. And so I also want to tell you guys that like in the membership, we do lots of really basic, simple tutorials, which are very, very important, especially when you're trying to establish like a good foundation on your Cricut knowledge. But we also teach more advanced stuff like this. So you're going to be able to have a wide range. And if this is something you're not as comfortable with, you can get to that point. Like after you learn all the basics, you're going to be able to get to this point and be able to follow us, mainly because I think it's important to like learn the verbiage and like learn all of the words that we use, like what's offset, what's slice, what's all of that. We teach all of that inside of the membership, so it's really helpful. And so that's our design. Okay, now what we need to do is cut it out.
Well, you need to bring it all together first.
Well, yes. So before we cut it all out, I'm just going to get rid of the circle because we don't need it. Let me get rid of this circle over here. Okay. Before I cut it, I want this to all cut out. I'm not going to cut it on 2 different colors.
No, I think cutting it with the same color is...
We're just going to keep it simple.
Yep.
So all this is going to be cut out of the same color, but it is on different layers right now. So you can see all of this is on a different layer. So if I go to make it, and I'm going to delete this stuff over here. So it's not confusing you all. Let's just delete it. Okay. I want to show you all what happens if I just were to go to make it, because it looks like, oh my gosh, it's perfect. When I go to make it, I want to show you what happens here. So it's going to be dispersed. It's not going to be exactly where we designed it on the canvas. Maybe. Okay,
it's going to be everywhere.
Yes. So like not a good time. I don't want you all going in here and cutting this out and then cutting this and having to place it on your own. No, we love Design Space to do the work for us. And so what we're going to do is select everything. Just click and drag with your mouse. And I'm going to attach it. A lot of times people want to group it, but that's not going to work. If you group it, everything's still going to go on the mat where you do not want it. We need to attach it. It's all coming out of the same color. So attaching is our best bet. And then when you go to make it, you can see right here, we can zoom in. It's all exactly where it was on the canvas. This is what we want, okay? And so the low top is on the mat. We are using a 12 by 12 mat and probably a 12 by 12 piece of vinyl. And then I'm going to select continue. Okay, we're using the, what are we using?
The Explorer.
Probably should turn it on so we can use it.
So what kind of vinyl, what color vinyl are you using?
Let's pick it out. So we have lots of colors
I
here.
love that green.
Look at this. You like this one?
I don't think you'll be able to read it in that holographic, unfortunately.
I know. It depends probably what color. So really, let's stay in design space for a second. I don't want to get off topic.
Okay.
So let me refresh this because my machine was not on. So now you can see it's going to try to connect to my Explorer 3. And we are going to need to browse all materials. But Lauren was wanting to pick out which vinyl we wanted. So this step's going to be really important for us first because there are different cut settings for different types of vinyl. So Lauren was really liking this green metallic. Can y'all look how pretty this is?
Which we don't have to.
I love it. I think we should.
With that hot pink?
Yes. Okay, let's do it. So we're going to do this. So this would not be just our standard vinyl. It wouldn't be cut on a premium vinyl setting. This is going to actually be cut on a metallic vinyl setting. If we were to use this red shimmer, there's is it a shimmer glitter setting? There's different settings for different types. Like there's even a holographic vinyl setting that you would cut this with. So make sure, depending on what vinyl you use, if you just use like this standard green right here, it would just be a premium vinyl or standard vinyl cut setting, okay? But we're gonna be using this metallic green. So I'm gonna go into Design Space and hit Browse All Materials. And then up here on the top right, you can search metallic. And you can see there's lots of different metallics. There is like a Smart Vinyl Matte Metallic. We're not using Smart Vinyl. This is a textured metallic we could use.
Is that not Tech Wrap?
Probably. That's what I was just looking at.
I just think you need to cut it on the Tech Wrap settings.
Oh.
Because I think it's Tech Wrap vinyl.
Is it? I wish that Tech Wrap would label the backing.
Some of their stuff is.
Is it? Like their HTV? Or their regular vinyl?
I've had some permanent vinyl that's been.
It definitely feels like Tech Wrap.
It's Tech Wrap.
Like, okay, we don't have the Tech Wrap unless we've saved it as Tech.
TEC.
There's the Tech Wrap Puff. I thought we did too. We do have one of those sheets in that bottom drawer in there if you want to get it.
Yep.
Okay, so.
And this is good because where we talked about Tech Wrap being on sale.
Yes, if you all snagged any of that Tech Wrap yesterday.
Yeah.
So Tech Wrap is just a standard, it's a brand of an adhesive vinyl. So you'll see us talk about Caesar, you'll hear us talk about StarCraft. Those are brands of adhesive vinyl or heat transfer vinyl. The Tech Wrap is very high quality and the cut settings are different than just standard. The bottom left drawer of the ones on the shelf.
Okay.
So the Tech Wrap has its like own special cut settings. It's a little bit thicker. The quality is really, really, really good though. So I'll show you all in Design Space how to create your own cut setting for this specific vinyl. And there's a little sheet whenever you order the Tech Wraps that come with the vinyls that you're gonna need to save, and it'll tell you exactly the pressure you need to cut on and all of that. So I see some of you, Tara got some. Oh my gosh, Tara, you're gonna love it. You're gonna die. It's like so good. So the green that we're using is the Tech Wrap today.
I'm not seeing it, but I'm pretty sure the cut settings are 185.
Okay, so Lauren says the pressure settings are 185 for Tech Wrap. So let's go into the share screen. I'm gonna show you all what to do. So if you got Tech Wrap vinyl and you're like, it's not cutting on the premium vinyl setting or the whatever.
Because trust us, it did not for us at first.
It doesn't, and I thought, we were like, we don't like Tech Wrap. Like, no, we figured out it was us. It was the cut settings. So you're gonna need to go to Browse All Materials, okay? And then Material Settings down here on the bottom left, select that, okay? And we're going to scroll all the way down. And we're going to add new material. Okay. I'm going to name it TE. Is it TECK?
Uh-huh.
And then wrap. And then we're just going to hit save. And then what it's going to do is ask us to select what pressure we would want on it. And Lauren is saying that it was 185.
I'm almost positive, yeah.
Okay. And you can even select if you want multiple passes, which we don't. You can even select what blade. We're going to keep it on the fine point blade and then save it. I'm going to select done. And then we can go back into browse all materials and you can actually just search tech wrap. And you can see right here, that's the setting that we made. Okay. So now if we can go overhead, all we're going to be doing is putting our vinyl onto our mat. So you need these mats to cut with your Cricut. Okay. I did not start out cutting with a Cricut and I did not use a mat to cut. So I was very confused what the mat was for when I first started. And then I was like, oh, this mat makes everything so much better. So typically we're going to line it up on the top left corner and you can see we've already used some of this. That's totally fine. It's going to be cutting up here in the section because you saw in Design Space our design was up here. And I am going to take a burnishing tool or a squeegee and make sure this is down. So now our vinyl is going to stay on our mat. And then we're just going to come over to the Cricut. I'm going to slide it under the little lip on each side. I like to put a little bit of pressure on the end there so that it loads all the way in. And then once this light starts flashing, we will hit go and it's going to work. It's magic. Does anybody have questions so far? I haven't answered any questions in like a hot minute.
There have not been any questions. They've just been,
just watching.
You did a very good job explaining that. And there's been people that have said that they've learned something new.
Okay, good. I feel like I'm talking a lot, so sorry. Okay, there we go. So it's going to cut. While it cuts, should we jump into the polyacrylic?
Yes.
I feel like it's going to take a second to cut that. So what I've got here, I don't have the pink glitter in here. Should we use one of these or do you want to go get that hot pink?
Oh, I was thinking that with that green would be very pretty.
Oh, okay. I do too. I think that's going to be really pretty. Okay, so.
Like the darker. I don't know that the hot pink would be as pretty with that green. I'm thinking the deeper pink that you've got right there would be really pretty with that green.
I've been dying to use this color. We've had it for months and months. And this glitter is from Little Lattes. She is like a small Instagram shop. And I purchased some other glitter for a snow globe tumbler from her. So beautiful. She makes her own glitters. She also makes the beer can glass snow globe tumblers and they stay sold out. So she is like doing the thing over there and I just love it. She has a really cute aesthetic too if you go look at her page. And then another favorite of glitter is the StarCraft brand glitter. You can buy these on the 143 Vinyl website. I bet we have every color. Wouldn't you say?
Very close to it.
If we
There's a couple patterned glitters that they have that I know we don't have.
Oh yes, I know.
There's a couple glitters that are like shaped glitters that they have that I know for a fact we don't have.
They're a little bit more risque, if you will.
If you will. If you will.
If you will. So, but anyways, they have some really good fine glitters. And actually, this Little Lattes is like a chunky fine glitter mix. Would you suggest doing all chunky? I feel like you need a combination.
You have to have a combination.
Yeah, like if anything, you need you can do just a fine glitter, but you couldn't do just a chunky glitter, or we wouldn't recommend it. It's better if you do either a fine glitter or a fine and chunky glitter mix.
Yes.
So if you wanted to mix a fine and chunky glitter together, you could. Like if we had a chunky blue or another color we wanted to mix with this, we could. And you can see this one has some fine and chunky pieces in it, which I think looks so pretty in these glitter ornaments. So I've got my glitter. I'm going to just have a cup ready for any excess polyacrylic. And then what you're going to need to do is get some polyacrylic. So this is just like a crystal clear finish, standard polyacrylic. It's water-based. The brand is Minwax. And I'm going to pop this open just to show you all what it looks like. I've already got some in this little bottle right here. So you can see, you can see it's just like a milky consistency. Now, you're not going to want to pour this directly out of the can. You can use pipettes. I brought some in here. This is one way to do it, and I brought them just to show you all, but I haven't even opened these. Oh, yeah, I did. So these are like these little pipettes. You can just squeeze in, draw it up, and then put it inside the ornament. But the best technique that we have found, and this is one that we highly recommend, is these little squeeze bottles. And I'll add this to like our links for you all after the show. But this has the polyacrylic in it, and it keeps it fresh. It doesn't dry it out or anything like that. And what you're going to be able to do is just squeeze this directly into your ornaments.
This is super helpful, I think, especially if you're making multiple glitter ornaments at a time.
Yes, for sure. Okay. So I'm just going to pop this out, being very careful. Okay. And I'm just going to take this, and a little goes a long way, y'all. So I'm just kind of lining it. And I've got a cup here because if I have any excess, I can just let it pour into the cup. And you want to make sure to get this very evenly coated, even up here on the neck, but I'm going to get it last. So we're just letting it kind of fill up the space. I feel like it's covered. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to put a little bit more because I can always pour out the excess if I need to. Okay. And I'm trying to fill in the neck of this one. You can see I've got some excess coming out. What I'm going to do is let that sit and kind of drip for a minute, and we're going to weed our vinyl. Ooh, that makes me nervous. Okay, I'm just going to let it sit. And then before, if we can come over to the Cricut view, before I remove this, I'm going to make sure this cut all the way through, especially when you're working with metallic vinyl, because it needs more pressure to cut through, and sometimes we just don't get it, especially with tech wrap.
This is a little trick of the trade. If you always make sure it's cut through before you unload it, because once you unload it, things can change and move around in design space, but you can send it, but you can hit the play button again and send it back through if it's not cut all the way through.
Exactly. And this cut really good. So that 185 must have been on the money.
It's the sweet spot for tech wrap.
So I'm going to go ahead and unload this. You all can see overhead how I can tell that it weeded. I just lifted up some of these little pieces to make sure it cut all the way through. And then what we're going to do is remove the excess vinyl. So I'm going to keep this vinyl on the mat to weed it, but I'm going to cut around it because we don't need to weed off all this vinyl. We can use this vinyl for another project later on.
So yes, Brenda, we have etched glitter ornaments before. The problem with etching glitter ornaments is you see the etching before you add the glitter, but it's like after you add the glitter, the etching you can't see it at all. The only way that we were able to see the etched glass on a glitter ornament is if I added Rub and Buff on the outside, but Rub and Buff on etching will work, but you're only limited to like pretty much black because the gold did not show up at all. So I just don't think
it just ends up being a waste of time.
It does.
Honestly,
it really does.
But you can do it. It's just like kind of pointless.
Yeah.
So now what I'm doing, this is a weeding tool right here. If you're brand new, weeding tool, I'm taking it and it's very sharp and you can just kind of stab into the vinyl and lift. And I'm just very carefully removing all of the vinyl that I don't need. So I don't want anything from my letters to be removed. This cuts so good. This is like butter. I love when it happens like this. Sometimes it's not that smooth. I will just warn you. You know what I'm gonna need, Lauren?
What?
Tech wrap transfer tape. We have some, I think, in that little shelf.
This one should be fine, I think.
Okay. Well, actually, I don't know if I have any transfer tape in
I'll
here.
go grab some tech wrap just in case.
Okay.
Just to be on the safe side.
And then I'm just removing the middles of these letters and just very carefully we don't want any of that in here. Okay. This green's gonna look so good with that glitter color. And I was telling Lauren, I was asking her if she would bring me the Tech Wrap transfer, because I have found that the Tech Wrap doesn't transfer as well with non-Tech Wrap brand transfer tapes. But mostly we use like masking transfer. I really like the Caesar transfer tape to transfer my vinyl decals. But the Tech Wrap, I always use the Tech Wrap brand because it just works better. Especially when I'm working with like specialty vinyls like this metallic, I feel like this will work better.
So we did have a question. Heather asked, how obvious is it that when that it's cut through when you do check? Sometimes I feel like some areas are cut through, but not where I quote unquote checked. Is there a trick? My advice to you is check multiple areas. So check like the bottom right and then the top left. And if you're questioning it, if you really look and look hard, you should see that it has cut through.
Yes.
You should be able to, and so once you've checked at least the top, like one top corner and an opposite bottom corner, it should be good.
Yeah. So I've got my transfer tape here. I'm just gonna remove the backing from my transfer tape so you can see it's clear, which is great for transferring. And I've cut a piece off of it that's about the size of my decal. And we're just gonna use the taco method, so fold it in half. And then you're just going to lay it right on top of your decal. Now, if you're super particular, these do have some grid lines, so you can kind of use the grid lines to line it up straight. If you're new here, I'm an eyeballer and I do not do precision. So it's just who I am as a person. I'm just owning it. So I've got that. I'm gonna set it to the side and we are gonna do the rest of our glitter ornament. So you can see I've got some pooling there. I'm just gonna dump that out. If this was a little bit smaller of an ornament, it would probably just sit right there. But you can just kind of tap out the excess. Let it sit for one more second. I'm gonna show you all how to get this glitter inside. If you're like, how are you gonna do that? We are not just gonna go and pour it in. Okay, this is one of Tanner's favorite things. And it's this copy paper funnel. It's like a paper funnel. We're just going to be making it. You can use notebook paper, copy paper, whatever you want. We're just going to start on one corner and our point's going to be down here. It doesn't need to be super narrow, but it just needs to fit into the whole of our Christmas ornament.
We did have another question. Where do you get the Tech Wrap transfer tape? Most of the time when you buy a pack of Tech Wrap vinyl, it comes with a couple sheets of transfer tape in the pack.
Yes, which is really helpful. So I'm going to take some masking tape and we're just going to tape the edge of that. So you see we've just made this little cone out of copy paper, and y'all can save this and use it if you're making a whole bunch of ornaments. You can use this over and over and over again. Just want to make sure that it's gonna stay. It's got a pretty good hole, and we're using some chunky glitter, so it doesn't need to be super, super thin.
Also, we had someone ask, are we doing Christmas already? Honestly, it's because we're doing a Christmas in July sale is why we're doing Christmas, because me and Alicia were literally just talking earlier. I know a lot of people, especially if they sell crafts during the holiday seasons, they start getting prepared for Christmas now. So if you are a seller and you are planning on selling your crafts for Christmas, that's kind of what we're doing. But we're having a little Christmas in July sale, so
why not
do a little couple Christmas projects?
Right. Yeah, it does feel a little early to me too, but
oh, for sure.
It's all in fun, and not only that, but like this will be on the channel all year. So when y'all are ready, we'll be here. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So I'm just opening this little baggie over the trash can because I don't want it to go everywhere. Ooh, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so pretty. Okay, Lauren, do you have a technique for how you do this? Or do you just...
Well, do you need help? Because that's a little bit... Okay, you got it. I didn't know if you wanted to hold one of them. There's not really a technique.
Okay. So use one hand, hold the funnel, and hold the thing. And we're just going to pour... I'm just doing a little bit at a time. Like, I'm not going to just go ham and pour this in here. Mainly because I don't want to waste a whole bunch of glitter. Just sit that to the side. And you can kind of knock this glitter around. You can see it's starting to fill in. That already looks really cool. Okay, that was too much, and I just said not to do that. I was like, don't put too much, and then here I go. Okay, I'm just going to pull this out and kind of let this glitter roll around in here. Y'all, that is beautiful.
This is where I like to put my finger or my thumb on it and just like shake vigorously.
Okay, I feel like, here we go. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Ooh, this is way more fun.
Yeah.
Than rolling it around. Just make sure you got it completely covered. And then I have a separate cup here I can pour this glitter into, and then I can get it. Actually, I'm going to pour it onto a sheet of paper, and then I can dump it back into my little baggie. Okay.
That's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. I'm actually obsessed. Look how much extra. So don't waste your glitter. Don't be like me. But we can put this back in. Y'all, come on. That's gorgeous. I love it. Okay, I'm just going to sit this to the side and do it after the show. But I am not wasting that glitter because she is beautiful. Okay. Now, we have that. It's obviously going to need to dry. You need to let it dry. Don't put the topper on yet because if you do, it's going to scratch off anything in the neck of that ornament. But we can go ahead and apply our decal. So I'm going to use this little tape thing right here. And then I've got my decal ready to go. And I've already burnished it, but I'm just going to go over it one more time on the front. And I'm going to flip it over and burnish it on the back. And you're going to remove the backing. Okay. Here we go. Can y'all see me good? Hopefully my big old bun's not in the way. Oh my gosh, these colors. Okay. And then I'm going to kind of do a taco method. I'm just making sure I've got it lined up pretty good. Okay. So what I like to do, especially since this is like a semi-round surface, I'm going to kind of work my way from the middle with my finger and align everything up. Now, this is a good trick if you're doing like wine glasses, particularly is what comes to mind. You can kind of cut slits in the vinyl, and this allows the letters to lay down flat more easier, more better for you. Oops. I don't want my D to have a lump in it. Okay.
You can always, also one thing that I've noticed, especially with ornaments that I found is very helpful, is taking a, like once I get the transfer tape off, taking a weeding tool and going in and like kind of picking up one little area of a, that might have like a bubble in it.
Yes.
And laying it back down. Or even a true control knife if I have to on a curved surface, and just cutting a little slit where that hump is and laying it down flat and kind of overlapping it.
And I may be able to show you all that with the D because I feel like that D did that, but I could fix it the way you're saying. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now I'm just removing the transfer tape. You can see my S is not on there. Slowly, slowly. This transfer tape is really good though. Uh-oh, you can see. If something starts to come up, you can lay it back down, transfer it back on, and y'all can see there's a little bubble. There's a bubble and like a little crease on my D. I'm going to try to fix it for you guys. Make sure you don't pull this up too fast because sometimes everything does not stick down. 9 times out of 10, something is not completely adhered down, so be very careful. These colors are beautiful. I'm obsessed. They look so good. So Lauren was talking about picking up the vinyl and kind of re-laying it down. You just want to make sure you're not stretching it. So be very, very careful. Sorry, I know my head's right in the way. Okay, so I just kind of picked it up. I'm gonna lay it back down. Okay, and just kind of taking my fingernail, flattening out any other pieces, and then you would just put your top in and you're done. You can always add a bow. I would definitely add a bow to this. We just tie ribbons around the top middle. And we're done. Let me show you guys close up. Look how cute. Is that color combo is giving life. Like, I'm obsessed. Okay.
Yep.
Love it. All right. What did you guys think?
Everybody's obsessed with the color combo.
Me too. I'm like
Bring it over here. I want to look at it closer.
You know, listen, last year all of us were like trying to decide our Christmas color scheme, and I'm like feeling that Christmas color scheme this year.
I mean, yeah.
I'm obsessed. It
For
looks
sure.
So good.
I love it.
Yes, very cute.
So, how did you all like the live today? If you learned something new that you did not know before, drop me an emoji in the comments drop me an emoji in the comments if you learned something new, because we covered a lot today.
We did.
We covered a whole lot. And if you think that that's just a drop in the bucket of what you can learn within the membership.
Yes.
So
this is a very, it was very broken down. So I know I might have seemed long-winded today, but I was really trying to like make it as simple as possible. And that way, if you are brand new to cricketing and you're brand new to the membership, you're going to be able to really like walk through this tutorial. Not that we don't have thousands of other tutorials like this for you all to like get started. So hopefully you guys learned something new and you had fun. We have been live streaming for 3 days, so I was trying to keep my energy up. I'm not even gonna lie.
yeah, we're trying very hard.
And we'll be back next week. We're gonna be live. Oh, we're live streaming in July a lot more than normal.
So next week we're live streaming on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then the week after that, we're live streaming on Tuesday and Wednesday as well.
It's giving throwbacks.
It's giving
3
days a week.
2022. We used to live stream all the time.
So one thing that we did not do, that I forgot to do.
Okay.
Remember yesterday we said that anyone who signed up for Maker's Gonna Sublimate was gonna get a $100 Amazon gift card?
Yes.
So
We've got to go.
we've got to go.
Okay, so Lauren's going to do that. We are doing a masterclass next week. If you just became a member, we have masterclasses that are the third Thursday of every single month. Sometimes they're the second if the schedule doesn't work out. But we are making a super cute file box, like a milestone file box. Great for like a baby shower gifting, for your kids, for your grandkids, whatever. But we're going to be putting vinyl on the box. I'm going to be showing you all how to cut, score, and write on cardstock to make your own little tabs for them. So they're custom tabs. It's so cute, you all. I have made 2 of these for both of my daughters. I made one for a gift for somebody. So that's going to be next Thursday's masterclass. So if you're wanting to do that and you're not a member, if you sign up now, you'll have access to that. And it is going to be a Zoom call. So we're going to be looking at each other face to face and talking and all that. So it's going to be super fun.
Love that.
I love master classes. I just think they're fun because I can talk to y'all and I can like actually verbally speak with you, which is more fun for me.
Okay.
You got one?
Let's pick a number between, let's see.
I'm not looking.
We had 42. Let me double check.
Okay.
We're not looking. Yesterday.
The milestone boxes do make great wedding gifts, Donna.
Yesterday we had 65 people sign up.
Holy crap, first of all. I didn't know we had 65.
So pick a number between 1 and 65.
Okay, 27.
Okay, I'm going to count up from the bottom.
I always get so nervous picking winners. Sadie, you have a lot of pressure on you. Sadie normally picks the winners for us.
22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Listen, this is completely unbiased.
Okay.
Congratulations, Karen Allen.
Yay! You just won the $300 Amazon gift card.
Yep. Karen's not here with us. Doesn't seem to be, but we'll
email her.
Yes.
Congrats,
But
Karen.
Congratulations, Karen Allen, on the $100 Amazon gift card.
That's huge. I love that. Okay, well, we had a lot of fun today. This was kind of a longer tutorial, but like we're doing Christmas ornaments.
Yep.
You can't beat it. And if you all were not here at the beginning of the show, we are running a special that is almost completely sold out. We basically had 150 spots 2 days ago for our yearly membership. And once the spots run out, they're gone forever. We are doing $75 off our yearly subscription, which is huge.
Huge discount.
deals.
So
Yes.
if you don't know, if you're on the fence, definitely jump in right now before it's too late, because those spots are going to be gone very quick. If you'll actually give me a second, I'll tell you how many we have.
Oh my gosh. It was like very, we did not hardly have any left before the live stream. And the sublimation course, that is not limited. So if you're already a member and you're wanting to learn how to sublimate, that course is $70 off one-time payment, or you can do an installment of 2 payments, and that's just for the course. So.
Yeah. So we have 34 spots still left.
Okay.
So you better jump in on that. If you are wanting to get into membership, right now is the time to do it. Like I said, as far as we know, once they're gone, they're gone. So make sure you jump in on that $75 off. Use code PRIME, P-R-I-M-E, at checkout. If for some reason you get to checkout and you forget to use code PRIME, make sure to email hi@makersgonnalearn.com and we will get you taken care of. Also, if you have any other customer service questions or questions for us after the live, you can always send them to hi@makersgonnalearn.com and we will try to get back to you as soon as possible.
Yes.
Yay!
So fun. It was so much fun today. Sadie linked the font pairing blog for y'all.
Yes.
That's great.
Font pairing blog
It is a mouthful.
is in the comments. Make sure you jump in to membership, and we will see you guys next week.
All right.